All right, welcome to Smokey Reacts. I'm your boy Journalist, and on this one, we are here to check out some more Abba and Preach. I seen this title, I was like, oh, I need to check this out. It's top tier men. Women don't qualify for them. I was just like, oh, Jesus, we're doing this again. Why? Why would you even, before we even get into the meat of the thing, please hit that like, subscribe. Patreon's in the description. I'm trying to get to 20K subs before the end of December. So if you're new here, please do hit that subscribe. If you already subscribed, thank you very much for supporting the thing. But yeah, let's get into this because I don't get it. I don't understand why you would want to consider yourself a top tier man. Like, that's stupid. It's so dumb. Why aren't you just trying to be a good person? Why is that like not the bare minimum and the ceiling? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, you're a top tier man, but you're an absolute bell end, like a terrible man actually, because you think you can pay for some things. So that makes you really good. Like, the things that I see these type of men say out their mouths, while I'm just like, I wouldn't want to even be your homeboy. But you think you're a top tier man? It's crazy to me. It's crazy. But let's let them speak for themselves, and then we'll dissect it after. So let's check it out. Shout out to Abba and Preach for going through the long haul of making this something I could actually get into and digest, because I seen this brother earlier on a clip and I was just like, that boy's stupid. But maybe I got it wrong. Let's check it out.
Modern day women just don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the
8% of the world is over 6 foot. That's what you're saying. Let's say I think it's like 200 something countries. So that means you're in a very small group of men, which means that most women aren't trying to even get with a man that is over 6 foot, even though they would probably like to. Most women aren't getting with that because the numbers just say it's not fucking possible. Let's just start there. Okay, you make over 100,000 a year. It's nice and all. It's nice. It's really good. You're financially stable. And then you want to say, oh, if you want to add on black. So you're okay with the racial fetishization of you as a black man, and that's what you want people and women to look at you for, not the fact that you're just a good guy. I don't understand why being a good guy just is not the minimum. I don't understand it. Like, what? Oh, see, this is what happens when Stefan comes out of the machine and we lose Urkel. Because I promise you, before he had braids and a beard, he was Urkel. I promise you, he was Urkel. Made a little bit of money, figured out how to become Stefan, and now we have this dickhead. This is crazy.
the math.
It's not real. None of it is real.
Can you imagine us starting this YouTube channel and just like talking about YouTube every day? Like, you know, we rank in the top 0.1% of all YouTube channels. Right? That's why we're a top tier YouTube channel. Yeah, absolutely. And when there's two black men, which makes it even more rare. If that's
Just shut the fuck up and just do content. Yeah, it's real.
we've made over 1,000 videos. 95% of them all monetized. We are the top 0.1%, which is not even a real percentile, but it doesn't matter. You understand?
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Now that you put it that way, it's weird.
Yeah, we are top tier YouTube.
Stop. Don't.
I think we might be the top 5 YouTube duos of all time.
You can walk.
Name a better duo than us. It's like 3-4 of the max.
I mean, I know there's none in the UK.
yeah. Just say it. That's us, bro. Top tier.
I'm never gonna get
And the modern fan doesn't even qualify. The modern fan, like the modern audience doesn't qualify for a YouTube channel like ours. I'm just gonna say it. Y'all don't qualify.
modern fan.
That's it.
That's funny.
That's it. Just call a spade. You guys don't deserve us. Y'all not grateful enough. Y'all don't pay enough money. You know what I'm saying? What did I say that's wrong?
You sound like
We offer 4 to 5 videos a week free for these cheap bastards. Right?
brokies.
Brokies. And they gonna sit here and try to tell me how to run this channel. You guys are ungrateful.
Yo.
And the modern audience does not deserve. Because if you think about it, 20, 30 years ago, think about how traditional audiences used to be.
Yo.
They used to faint when you walked in the room. They used to throw hundreds of dollars for you at a concert for a meet and greet. These niggas want to talk to you in the DMs for free. The modern audience doesn't deserve top tier quality entertainers like us.
Congratulate. That was crazy.
Because think about it.
This.
This channel makes over $1 million a year.
Think about this.
Okay, think about this. Makes over $1 million a year, so we're in the top percentage just on that alone. And we're black, so if you factor that in, cool. And we're both over 6 foot tall. Me, not you. Doesn't matter. But I drag you up.
Yeah.
You know, give you some lips. The modern audience does not deserve us.
No.
Think about this.
As a 5 foot.
Sorry about that. My boy need to actually do stuff in the house. I just seen his message. I was like, man, I gotta film. I'm filming everything for what? I'm not gonna be back home for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 days. So I'm trying to film everything I can right now today. So I got like 24 something videos I have to film to cover my schedule. So yeah, my bad. It's long. It's long. And I've got 2 shows. I've got a show tomorrow and I got a show Friday. Jesus. It's a heavy schedule right now.
But man, 5 for 5, man, I don't even deserve myself.
I'm just saying, you're welcome. So, y'all need to do better, or else we're gonna go to Asia and find us some modern audiences that know how to appreciate us. Them K-pop fans are way better than these Negroes. K-pop fans they ride or die.
Are we gonna start to do K-pop?
If we were a K-pop,
I'm not saying they're better, but do they show up? They do show up. And they show out. Shout out to the Army. Shout out to the K-pop fans. Actually, shout out to all the folks that rock with the channel. Don't matter where you come from, what segment of the channel, because I cover a lot of stuff. So shout out to you all.
K-pop group, Fresh and Fit would have been assassinated.
Yeah.
Cool. 6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
Hold on, before we go, what's your math saying?
The conversation and the words that are coming out of.
Wait, before Shorty goes, I wish I knew the exact episode number of Cheaters episode that this happened on. But I think it was very formative for me as a young man. Women are after financially affluent men. Are there a group of women that are like that? Sure. But for the most part, most women aren't like that. And how I really got this driven home to me, there's an episode of Cheaters where this lady is with this man that's like a lawyer. He's making big money, got her multiple cars, got her a house. She tells this man out her own mouth, I'd rather stay behind this dumpster with this man than to go back into that house with you. She was living outside behind the dumpster with this man because of how he made her feel and treated her. Didn't have 2 cents to rub together. And that man with all that money got shut down. Like, no. If there's any young men that ever watch my channel, please take this message on. Is it nice to have money in a relationship? Will it help with things? Yes. But is it necessary to find love? Is it necessary to find a woman or a person that will love you and treat you right? And same vice versa for the women, people, doesn't matter. Somebody's going to treat you right or love you regardless of your financial status if you're a good person. And if you're using your financial status to try and find that person, I guarantee you're not going to find that person because it's not about the money. It only helps in situation. That's it. But a person is going to treat you and love you right regardless of your financial status. And to continue to teach young men or people or women that finances are what is important in a relationship is just one of the most detrimental things of all time, I think, in the modern dating scene. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, now I'm gonna let her get into stuff off now.
Hold on, before we go, what's your math saying?
The conversation and the words that are coming out of the mouth of someone like you, I would never consider top tier. A top tier man is also a man that is extremely desirable by way of his character. A top tier man is a man who displays a certain level of intellect that allows him to consider other people. A top tier man, they lead with love, not with dictatorship, right? They don't want to control their woman. They want to gently lead their woman. A top tier man creates space for a woman to feel good about herself. A top tier man supports the dreams and the ideas of a woman. A top tier man prioritizes a woman. A top tier man is in leadership and working as hard as he is to give the woman the life of her dream.
And with
But I
all
digress.
that stuff that you just said, that was just womanese talk.
Womanese is also 6'4", black, attractive. I don't know too many women in my circle who desire a 6'4" man still wearing braids.
Let me ask you a completely different question. I'm gonna go left. Is it just me, or do Negroes really like dating podcasts? making them, participating in them. Yeah. I feel like, considering how small of a representation we are in regards to the media landscape, it is absurd how much we dominate these like dating topics and red pill stuff. What is it? Because I think this is like kind of adjacent. What do you think that draws us into like these kind of podcasts where it's like 6 unqualified people with an opinion telling you how dating has to look?
In the media world, it dictates a lot of our lives. It dictates a lot of the drama that we're watching. It dictates a lot of the entertainment that we're watching. The dating world is, I feel like, the epicenter of what black people watch.
Okay.
Entertainers just do music. No, we have to be invested in how they date. And then we want to emulate and replicate that because that's the basis of what a goal is. So it's not just that we're watching these quote-unquote idols, we want to emulate them. The way that they're dating, and the dating is basically the epicenter of how we live in. How do we dress? Why do we dress like? Why do we dress so fly? To attract. Why do we have certain things? Everything we do is to attract other people. Dating and having a family is the epicenter of the goals of these people. And I say these people, and I'm not talking about
I heard
people.
when you said these people. We all heard you. We know what you meant.
So when I say these people, I'm talking about the people. I feel like there's two different kind of people. The people that live in social media, and to them, that is the reality. And the people that live outside the social media. Like these people, the people that live in social media, and that is their reality, they are so invested in this and that. The popcorn is out, and they want to. And real life is not so much of all about that.
I haven't put my finger on why there's like an overrepresentation of black dudes in the red pill space.
You know, us as black men, we don't have in the media. We're not really valued. And the search of value and proving that we're valued is to have money, to have control of a relationship, to have a lot of people, a lot of girls or whatever. I think that's what's been prone for us to have value. Whereas someone that really has all those things, the money and everything and stuff, oftentimes don't really talk about it. They don't need to boast about it. I think we've been put down so much, and we're in a search of looking like we have value, and we are. You know, I'm worth it, man. I got this. You know what I mean? I got a job. I got money. We've been put. I don't know if it's because we've been put down so much that we're in a constant search of, or a constant way of showing that we have value, that we have the money, the honey, the everything. Mm. You know what I mean? Mm. All these years that we've been put down, we try to compensate for that by showing the wealth, the money, the cars, and we have to show this and that.
In regards to what they said in the video Another guy rambling about the 6'4" and 100K stuff. I think this is true both for men and for women. There's what gets you to the dance, and then there's what makes the dance good. Right? So, in a similar token, like, there's what makes you attractive to people in a dating context, but there's what keeps a relationship going. And it's interesting that when he defines something that's top tier in regards to a man, everything was external and physical, right? It was his height. It was the amount of money he made. But I think anybody who's been in a relationship knows just because you have money and you have height, you're not going to maintain that relationship. There are skills you need. There are a lot of different aspects of a relationship in terms of compatibility and compromise you need. And it's just interesting to me that when a lot of these guys from these kinds of spaces talk about what is seen as endearing or really good for a man to have, none of it ever involves relationship-related skills. If he was just to say, listen, when it comes to being able to run through a bunch of women and smash them, yeah, you know, I'm tall, I make money, okay, cool. But I think what she was relating to was more so the relationship aspect and things that actually keep you endearing within a long-term relationship. I think they both have a piece of the answer. I just
before we get too far, I think why we have an overrepresentation in these spaces is kind of only due to the fact that there are black men and black women that participate in the red pill sphere, but typically the red pill sphere is predominantly ran and filled with, we'll say, Latino and white men. That's kind of their space when it comes to, we'll say, online dating advice and these things. And they don't make as captivating content because they just sound like some hating ass motherfuckers. But when it's a black dating show, you either hear some spicy hot takes that you just never heard before that you're just like, what the hell? Or it's shows made by good looking black people that people visually want to watch these people because of how they look, and then their hot takes are the reason that it becomes something that becomes viral on the internet. So it becomes an overrepresentation because of the virality of it due to how the two products are presented. Because anytime I've seen any red pill content, shit, production value is quite low. Not to be rude, but like the women and the men they look like feet. They don't look good. You go watch some of these dating shows with the black folks on it, you be like, you know what? It's a handsome brother. That's a good looking girl. Like, it's hard work. I think that's where the overrepresentation comes in these two type of spheres. But I feel like we're making content at the same clip, black or white, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter. We're all doing it. But the ability to get viral is a little bit more from, we'll say, like the Asian community or from the black community. Because the red pill guys, they go viral, and not for the right reasons. This is just a conversation that goes viral. She's not, the dude in this one is not actually disrespecting the woman that's on the podcast with them, versus the red pill boys. They be going viral from pure disrespect of the people that they say that they want to end up in a relationship with. Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me how people watch that content and be like, yeah, that guy's right. I want that type of dynamic. Like, I'd never want to talk to my women like that. Why? Like, have I been a dickhead? Possibly in some of those ways? Sure. But I've tried to change those things because I know that that's not a healthy thing to be doing if you want a long-term relationship, like I've been saying now, to get to the point he's at currently right now. People don't understand that what it takes to maintain and have a relationship will never be, like he's saying, the external or the financial things. They help, but if you can't have trust in your relationship, if you can't have communication and safety in your relationship, I don't care how much money you got, bro. It's going to fall apart. It's dead. All right, I said my little 2 bits. I'm going to let my boy finish.
But I think what she was relating to was more so the relationship aspect and things that actually keep you endearing within a long-term relationship. I think they both have a piece of the answer. I just think as a man, if you were to ask me what would be considered a top-tier man or a man of high quality, I don't think I would just say his money and his height. I think just even amongst men, if we were to define ourselves, is that really what you want to be defined as? And you might say, well, but that's what women are attracted to on the outset. The same way you as a person is going to be attracted to a woman's physicalness, right? But what else do you need? You need her, if I'm a red pill guy, okay, I'm not, but let's say I was. You need her to be submissive. You need to be agreeable, right? You need her to be diplomatic. So you're not relaying to things that are physical, but you're not going to know that stuff unless you date her, right? So when you think of a top-tier woman, you're going to look to her characteristics, her character, right? Her ability to be, because as attractive as she is, if she doesn't have those qualities, you're not going to qualify her. Why is it any different for a man, right? You didn't talk.
That was also the thing I tell people all the time. Show me the best like looking man, woman, person in the world that you could find. And I guarantee you I could find a motherfucker tired of their bullshit. Because how you look only goes so far. Like, I don't give a fuck how good you look. If you're a shit person, you can get to fuck. And that's how it goes, man or woman, person, doesn't matter. So yeah, like it doesn't matter.
Is if she doesn't have those qualities, you're not going to qualify her. Why is it any different for a man, right? He didn't talk about the leadership aspect of a man. He didn't talk if you're still operating on those traditional values, right? So it's just interesting to me that these guys will harp on this kind of stuff, but when they actually go to describe, they just talk about money and they talk about their height.
The way they talk about high value is not functional. To be a high value man, I think you have to be functional and within the confine of a relationship. When you talk about money and all that stuff, like, it is not functional. It shows it's luxury, but it's not functional.
Yo, listen, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, but I wish those terms died with him.
The high value?
No. Because the thing that I think Kevin Samuels was funny. I thought that nigga was hilarious. However, we forget that he was telling niggas the same thing he was telling women. It just was more viral for the shit he was saying to the women because they was like, why are you saying it like that? Because there was this one dude who was talking about he needs to have a girl XYZ. Brother didn't have a job, was like 5'5", 250 pounds or some shit like that. And he's like, boy, like, you can't even take a bath. You can't even see your own dick. You talk about you deserve this from a woman. Like, he did the same thing to women, but the way men get talked to is so much harsher than the way that women get talked to, especially in a public space like a fucking YouTube video or like a call-in television show. Like, Kevin wasn't going out his way to find those women. Those women were calling his show to have conversations with him, and he was telling them his opinion. Was it the right opinion in all aspects? No. But was he saying things that were very true? Like, how men want these things from women while they're sitting at home, don't take no showers, don't clip their fucking fingernails, aren't men to be of any value to themselves or the women that they claim that they deserve to be with. So this is why I'm like, the way that men like to compartmentalize, or we'll say repurpose, Kevin Samuels' high value man bullshit is not even in the way that I think Kevin would have described it or the way that he does go about it, because after the money aspect, Kevin made sure to actually cover that, like, yo, are you a good person? Do you actually do anything for your community? Are you a person of value outside of the money that you bring to the table? It wasn't just, oh, I'm tall, I'm black, and I make good money. Like, there was more to it than that. But how things get euphemistically used and taken, that's why I kind of agree that I wish it had died with Kevin, because people did not understand the full definition and used it in the way that they felt like it meant to them, and that was the issue.
All that shit, that was like the start of a really cringe path for a lot of us, and it's not died down, especially for some black folks. So I'm just like, bro, stop saying that shit. Every time people say it, I just expect some goofy shit. Just like, it's corny to even call yourself that.
Yes.
Because, like, aside from looking braggadocious, you look like a cornball that's consumed too much online shit. It's like when I hear patriarchy, or when I hear you see how you roll your eyes? I think I roll my eyes when I hear high value man. I'm like, what do you?
It's because of euphemisms, and English is a very euphemistic language. We have words that have definitions, but we choose to use the words in the way that they feel right to us. And they would then become so far removed from the actual definition, because people learn and pick up words through context and not from actual learning. So then you never actually got the real definition, just the contextual usage. And sometimes that contextual usage was either wrong or it was misapplied and there was a better word. Like, a lot of times people want to call people racist, and it's actually being prejudicial is what people are doing a lot more than actually being racist, because there's a power structure that must be employed while being racist to be racist, actually, if you go by the actual definition. But euphemistic usage has made calling somebody a racist not mean anything. Same with, like, calling somebody a fascist. It means fuck all now, because you've used it too much. So now the weight of that word has been removed due to its euphemistic usage. This is why I find it so hard to communicate with people, because I'm such a literal person sometimes that they'll use words and I'm just like, what are you saying out of your mouth? That does not actually mean what you think it means. But they're like, well, it does. No, it doesn't. It does not at all. So that is why I feel like we have this issue now, is You say patriarchy, you say misandry, you say fucking misogyny. These words have been so euphemistically used that nobody cares anymore. So now we don't have words for the things that we need to have words for. And now we're just in this word salad space that's just terrible.
You've been consuming for you to use that word. Even if what you're talking about might be real, the fact that you're using that word tells me the same way if I hear someone say patriarchy, instantly in my head is like, I'm going to relate to you to all the cringe people I've heard use that word. I think men can be better served with talking about things that are actually valuable as a man in general and not just to women, right? Because I think a lot of those characteristics that matter to other men in terms of loyalty, in terms of being there for your friends, in terms of just being about your word, right? These are all qualities that we find endearing between each other, right? When I would define what is a great man in terms of like a man I would trust, somebody who lives out his principles, women would find that endearing as well. I've never met a woman who didn't think those things were endearing.
5 for the top tier men, and that is.
I can give you the best advice for any man or woman. If you are trying to look attractive to your partner or to women or prospective dating potentials, just present as a really good friend in your friend group. That's all you got to do. I promise you, it's some of the sexiest shit ever. Being able to take somebody you're dating around your friends and your friendship group being healthy, your friendship group being loving and open and supportive. Showing that to a woman, oh boy, you'll go clear the amount of times that like I'll be talking to somebody and I'll bring them around me and the homies and like they see us hug, they see us like have open conversations. We're not like toxic towards each other. Like just that alone has turned them into just be like, yo, I like it here. It's nice. I ain't do nothing besides be a good friend to my friend and a good person. And that has been some of the sexiest shit I've done. It's been recanted to me so many times. They're just like, yo, I seen you with your friends and I just thought it was so sexy. You guys are like so nice and open. I never seen friends act how you and your friends act. It's like, we ain't doing shit besides trying to be what we don't see in the world. It's dark outside for niggas. So we got to solve space for the homies over here. That's what it should be. That's it. That's the best tool, actually. I promise you. Be a good friend and let people see you being a good friend and actually have good friends in your friend group. I promise you can get any girl you want. You can get any boy you want. It doesn't matter. You don't even need a fucking penny. That's all you have to do. That's it.
Is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year. And I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
The fact that he even knows that statistic is just funny to me. You could tell like he's definitely had to have this argument before. He's like, makes me think of like that dating profile from Fresh and Fit when Myron's just like, I make 100K, I'm over 6'3", only 1% of men have abs. It's just like, okay. Sometimes you see these people are like, are you guys real people?
And that's what I mean by they.
Yeah.
They live in the social media, in the social. It's not real world.
Yeah.
The sentence, only certain more amount of people have abs, is weird to me. That's not real world.
Why do you know this stat? It's just like,
it's either I'm talking about people that just graduated, or people that just live on social media. It's them over there. They're not real people. That's what I mean by them.
I don't know. But anyways, cringe. That's all I can say. Every time this topic comes up, I'm just like, oh my god.
I'm tired of the high value thing. The top tier.
You guys haven't moved on from that shit? Jesus Christ.
Pretty much I said everything I had to say. I'm actually kind of glad I did this because I'd seen this clip probably like a week or two ago, and I was just like, when Shorty read him his rights, but also I feel like she read him his rights, but also kind of just said some shit that was necessary. I was like, okay, cool. But it's just like, this is just so stupid. Why not just be a good person and just focus on that? But I don't know. That's it for this one. Thank you guys for joining me. Please do hit that like, subscribe. Patreon's in the description. And I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.